Hey everyone, I'm Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 34 of Let's Platinum Danganronpa 1, 2, Reload. It was right here. I saw it right here in the dressing room. I'm getting goosebumps.
Come on.
I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's like, is it Iya Cthulhu Tagna? I don't know. Shut up! What if he actually shows up? Hina, where was it you saw Chihiro's ghost? Well, I heard a sound, and when I opened the locker, I saw a kind of pale outline of Chihiro. Okay, are we supposed to just look straight to the locker? I think so. I'm not gonna bother talking to people here. Let's find out. Is this the locker? There was something in here. Aha! Huh? Inside the locker is a laptop? What's something like that doing here?
Hey.
I remember seeing this. Oh, that's right. I saw it in the library before. It looks like a laptop. The laptop looks pretty old, and it's all covered in dust.
So...
It's broken. I tried pressing the power button earlier, but nothing happened. It's broken, huh? Too bad. But how did the laptop get from the library to here?
It would seem...
And I guess it's in sleep mode, but the power is definitely on. Huh? But I thought it was broken. I would bet that Chihiro fixed it. After all, he was known as the ultimate programmer.
Then perhaps...
More importantly, Hina, you said you saw a green light, yes? Surely you did not mistake the light of the monitor for a ghost. I am surprised you are able to dress yourself in the morning. Oh man, if I had the love's clueless girls attribute, I would have fallen in love big time just now. I'm so glad I don't have it. Well, I didn't really expect a freaking laptop inside a freaking locker, okay?
Come on.
It's okay. I mean, anyone can make a mistake like that. As a matter of fact, one time I thought I'd spotted a grey alien, but it turned out to be a tadpole.
What are you saying?
Don't compare what happened to me to one of your stupid delusions.
Don't be mean.
Don't be mean. I was just trying to make you feel better. What if I get all depressed forever now? But listen, isn't this really strange? What's this laptop doing in here?
other words,
Maybe someone hid it here.
But
If that's the case, we found it pretty easy.
wrong.
Whoever put it here, I don't think they were trying to hide it from us. Huh? What do you mean?
Hey,
Haven't you noticed? There's one big difference between this room and all the others. There's a difference? There's no surveillance
yes,
camera.
it's me.
Precisely. There's no camera in here, which means this is the one spot where the mastermind is blind. So you're saying someone put the laptop here, so the mastermind wouldn't know about it?
It's true.
And what Hina saw wasn't the ordinary glow of a computer screen, it was the figure of Chihiro, shining pale green.
Hey,
I think it would be best if we investigated this laptop in a little more detail. Alright, let's find out. Just like Kyoko said, the display isn't on, but the laptop definitely has power.
so then...
So first of all, we have to wake it up. Right. I started hitting random buttons on the keyboard, and the display instantly began to grow a pale green. There were a bunch of different icons on the desktop.
Hey,
There, the icon on the far left. What is it? It says alter ego. Alter ego literally means another self, I believe. In the field of artificial intelligence, it is not uncommon to create different aspects of a personality. You can consider it something like a pen name.
Makoto.
Could you let me see it, Makoto? With that, Kyoko moved between me and the computer. She moved the cursor over the alter ego icon, and when she double-clicked it, the screen suddenly went dark. And then a voice spoke to us. Master, you're here! Chihiro's face appeared, taking up the entire display.
oh no!
It's a ghost! Buddha and sweet baby Jesus, save me!
Calm down.
Calm down, it's not a ghost.
What?
Huh?
um...
Then what is it?
Anyway...
I'm sure if we talk to it, we'll find out. Kyoko began to type, hands blurring across the keyboard. What are you? And then...
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Chihiro Fujisaki.
I always get so embarrassed introducing myself. That voice, the tone and everything. It's Chihiro.
I knew it.
Alter ego. I've heard about this kind of AI program, but I've never seen one for myself. AI program?
That's right.
It's how Chihiro earned his title of Ultimate Programmer. The AI lives in a computer, and by repeating different tasks, it gains knowledge and grows bit by bit. Apparently, Chihiro used a support vector machine and reinforcement learning to develop it. Eventually, he came up with a breakthrough in artificial intelligence design. Support vector machine reinforcement learning?
It's true.
To put it simply, it's a learning method for computers. If you want to know more, just Google it, okay?
In other words,
That was like a fourth wall breaking there. But if this AI continues to grow, it will become more than just a piece of software to help people. Some say that an AI like this might someday replace people. Yeah, it's been a... So again, 2010, 10 years later, it's still being talked about. And that is why it is called alter ego. A fine choice then, I must say. It can create memories, have thoughts, and grow up. The process isn't much different from how humans work. If you were to raise your own AI that way, it would make perfect sense to refer to it as your alter ego.
I see.
A second, perfect personality that can never forget or grow old. That's what Chihiro created. That's alter ego. Kyoko, how do you know so much about this?
Are you okay with this?
Anyway, so he fixed the broken laptop and put his own program on there. That is what this means, yes? Then he brought the machine to the dressing room where the mastermind would not be able to see it. But you know, all of this about master and whatnot? Yes. I believe I'm on fire. I thought you were only into 2D. This is the most excellent 2D possible.
Huh?
But he's a guy, and also a computer program.
Feel as if.
Oh, that aspect is no
I
problem.
mean,
That aspect?
Anyway,
Let's talk to him a little more. Kyoko typed away rhythmically. How much do you know about what's going on?
Master.
Master only gave me a general idea,
Well,
but I do know that things have become very grave. He found himself caught up in this without warning. Kyoko immediately shot out another question. Why are you here?
that's right.
Are you asking what Master had planned for me? Well, he wanted me to analyze the massive number of files stored on this laptop. I believe the files are related to the school, but the protection on them is surprisingly strong. So it's taken me a little longer than I thought.
Master.
But here's what Master must have been thinking. The fact that the files are protected so tightly means they must contain some important secret. For example, perhaps the secret of this school. While I was busy struggling to make a sound, Kyoko pushed forward and asked her next question. How much longer until everything's unlocked?
That's right.
It's gonna be a while.
Leave it to me.
But I'm definitely gonna do it, so you can just leave it to me.
I see.
So because of how long it would take, he designed alter ego to handle the workload. Smart. It also means that the work remains uninterrupted even after his death. Once again, Kyoko typed quickly. Keep it up, but be careful not to let the mastermind notice you.
That's right.
Don't worry, I've got a secret plan all ready, just in case. Actually, I can see what's going on using my built-in webcam, so if anyone suspicious shows up, I'll just scream for help real loud. It's a pretty basic plan, I have to say.
Yes, indeed.
That is fine during the day, but nighttime is a concern. Huh? Why?
Are you okay with this?
Have you forgotten? All our rooms are completely soundproof. Once we close our doors, he can scream as loud as he wants, but we won't hear a thing. Okay, then how about once it's nighttime, we each take turns guarding the dressing room.
However,
There's a good chance the mastermind won't. There's a good chance the mastermind would notice us all going in and out of the dressing room like that. Then what can we do?
so then,
Once nighttime comes, I'll leave the door to my room open. Then there's no way I can miss alter ego yelling. But if you leave your door open all night, then
it's true.
there's a chance I may become a victim myself. I know,
However,
but I'm not as weak as you may think. I wouldn't go down without a fight, I assure you. There was an undeniable strength in her voice when she said that. She was totally confident she would be okay. That confidence was somewhat similar to Byakuya's tone, but at the same time different. Yeah, it had an entirely different feel, for sure. Like someone who'd been dropped onto a battlefield versus someone who'd been born on a battlefield. I felt like that was a fundamental difference. I was pulled out of my thoughts by the voice suddenly emanating from the laptop. That is a pretty big call for Kyoko to say, yeah, I'll leave my door open all night. Wow. Would you mind if I asked a few questions? I haven't seen Master for a while. When you got here, I thought it was him, but... Is Master... For a split second, Kyoko seemed to know not what to do. Wait. For a split second, Kyoko seemed to not know what to do. But she recovered just as fast and quickly began typing. Her answer was clear, concise, direct. Chihiro is dead. Mondo killed him.
Okay then.
I see. To be honest, I knew all along. I knew the chances that Master would survive this situation were very low. So, I was prepared for this moment. Somehow,
It's like-
I feel kind of sorry for her. It's him. I can't even imagine how it must feel to lose your other self. It is a simple computer program. It does not have feelings. Are you sure about that?
Shall we go?
Anyway, that's enough for today. If we linger here too long, the mastermind will start to suspect something. And then Kyoko typed one last sentence. I'll come back later. Yes, please do. It's a promise, okay? Bye-bye. The AI seemed totally different from when we'd first arrived. He seemed upbeat. Was it just because he was following his programming, or could he have actually been worried about us?
Could it be?
What's wrong, Hero?
You know?
Oh, nothing. I was just wondering if we might be able to get this laptop online. Then we could call for help from the outside. But this is just a dressing room. I don't think you can get online from here.
Well?
Well, if we can take it out of here and find somewhere that does have online access. That's way too dangerous. The mastermind would find out in no time. Oh, yeah, true.
Indeed.
This is no time for taking needless risks. For now, I'll monitor the progress of the file analysis. I'm confident we'll uncover some kind of clue once it's finished. This feels like a detour more than anything else, but I suppose it can't be helped.
Of course.
Well, for now, all we can do is wait for Alter Ego to finish his work.
You know?
So, should we get going?
It's true.
Indeed. Goodbye, we'll be back. I promise. Come on, Hifumi, let's go.
I suppose.
Okay. And we all left the dressing room. As soon as we were out in the hall, Hina let out a joyful shout. Isn't it awesome? I ended up doing something totally awesome, right? And as if he'd been waiting for his cue. Dun da da dun! Hina has gained enough experience to level up.
What's the matter?
So, what was this awesome something? Monokuma.
What the heck?
You guys all seem in remarkably good spirits. Did something happen? No, nothing in particular. Ooh, keeping secrets? No fair. I demand an exclusive interview. Denied. Denied. Super denied.
What the heck?
Yeah, just because you demand something doesn't mean we have to do it.
Say what?
Do it? You mean like, do it? Wait, what? What do you mean, do it?
Yes. Yes.
Ew, gross. You said do it.
Just the worst.
What? You said it first. We were just talking about going to the bathhouse. We have not had a chance to relax in some time.
Huh?
Huh? But unfortunately, the bathhouse is not divided into men and women's sections. So we decided to do rock, paper, scissors to decide which group would go first. Hina won the match for us, and that is why we are all so pleased. Yeah, that's right. Speaking of which... Okay, boys, why don't you head on back to the dining hall or something? We're gonna take a nice long bath.
Hey, come on.
Ah, jeez, what are you gonna do, right? We lost fair and square. Well, ladies, shall we go? Celeste didn't hesitate, coming up with a ruse, and her poker face didn't even flinch. So she and the other girls headed back into the dressing room.
Damnation!
Nuts and damn it, we totally lost. Another day without getting to take my very first bath here. Very first. Yeah, but tomorrow for sure. You'll definitely get that bath tomorrow. Okay, so should we head back to the dining hall now?
Hey!
Hold on!
Hey!
Something strange here. Very strange. Strange, what do you mean? What's strange is this is the perfect chance for you to sneak a peek. Huh? That's...
Without a doubt.
You're absolutely right. I thought you were all about the 2D. All of you need to shut up, sit down, and listen to what I have to say. An opportunity like this doesn't come along very often. It's the ideal setting of a man's fantasy. I was forced to ask myself, should I sneak into the bathhouse like Monokuma said, or just go quietly back to the dining hall? Okay, let's go. With the man's fantasy burning in my chest, I decided to head back to the bathhouse. Have fun in your man's fantasy. Have a smashing good time. Okay, so quickly, I just want to point something out. This is one of the few missable events in the game. There's only this one and I think like 2 others technically. The last 2 take place much later. I mentioned it earlier, but one of the items you want to get from the Mono machine is this one here, a man's fantasy. A wash basin intended to give you the courage to seek out a true man's fantasy, specifically in public bathhouses. So you can only activate this scene if you have this present in your inventory. Now, there are two things I need to say. Number one, for this particular game, for Danganronpa 1-2 Reload, you don't need to actually see this scene. It's not part of the platinum, but you do need the present because getting all the presents is part of the platinum. In the original game on the Vita, you needed it to get all the presents, and you also needed to purchase all the items in the gallery. But the items in the gallery are not required for this version of the game. So you should definitely get it. You get it before this point, because then you get to see the scene, and then also you get it for the platinum. The scene is not like it's a little like lewd, I guess you could say, but it's there's actually like a funny element to it, and yeah. So let's just go ahead and see it. We opened the door to the dressing room, silent as death, and peeked inside. It looked like the girls had already finished changing and gone into the bathhouse. This had all started as a lie, but apparently they decided to go in for real. Making sure it was empty, we quietly made our way into the dressing room. The Forbidden Land.
But
So, they really are taking a bath? Is this what Celeste meant about lying convincingly? Mr. Hagakure, please refrain from pointless whispering. We're deep in enemy territory here. Just up ahead is the bathhouse, and there awaits a great dazzling passion. Alright, I don't think they say anything different, so let's just get this over with. I placed my hand on the door leading into the bathhouse. I opened it gently, inch by inch. I maneuvered my hand like a master craftsman to avoid making even the slightest sound. A little further, and then... Alright, get ready. On the other side of the thick rising steam. Now, I just want to point out that there's one funny element here. So you'll see all the different girls, and if you look at the very back, I think it's in the center of the photo, you'll see Toko. she's slipped and like she's gonna like break her head, but it's so funny. Alright, here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. You can see Toko on the right side, sorry. She's like, whoop! Yeah, so you get that kind of little thing. You know what's funny about this is that, like, obviously, you know, I think the game intends it to be all in good fun, and I don't know, we live in a world where that kind of thing, like, nowadays is very frowned upon. It was frowned upon in the past, but I feel like it's even more frowned upon because of the connection that we have in the world. But one interesting thing is I'm pretty sure there was like a law in Australia where, like, certain games, if a game provided you with like a reward that included nudity, and in order to get it you needed like skill to unlock it, it would be banned. I remember that as one of the like criteria. So you cannot have a game that requires skill and like doing or playing the game in order to reward you with like nude content. It just wouldn't allow it. So this is kind of like probably borderline. Anyway, no nudity in there, so let's keep going. I'm not sure how to put it, but I always feel refreshed after a job well done. A 3D body isn't so bad in its nude state, I suppose. But still, I just can't believe it, like, for serious. Ogre's a girl? Was this really okay? Well, I look too, so I guess I'm gonna have to say yes. Meanwhile, we heard the buzzing of busy voices growing louder. The girls had finished their baths and joined us in the dining hall.
You got it.
Ah man, what a nice
This
bath.
is fine.
Getting a chance to stretch out and relax after all this time was a true pleasure.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Of course.
Normally after a long bath, I like to make myself a nice protein coffee, but... Sorry, no time for that.
So in the end.
That's what I figured.
Huh?
Huh?
Actually,
We were just saying in the bath how it was about time for you to get up to something.
because
After seeing how happy we were, an evil little monster like you would never let that last for long. You're all so terrible to me.
My entire existence.
Everyone's so cold and mean, even after I got presents for you all. Presents?
Well now.
Oh, have I got your attention? Then let's head to the gym where your presence awaits.
See ya later!
No questions, no dilly-dallying. Get a move on and everything will become clear.
Oh,
What is it? What are you scheming this time?
see.
He's probably going to repeat the same thing again, providing us with a motive to get things moving. Again? I don't want to. I don't want to do this anymore. Me either. I'm like totally traumatized.
However,
It's okay. We have alter ego. I'm sure he'll find something that'll help us. So for now, we have to just endure it, come what may. Okay, I think we're going to stop here. Hey, it's Byakuya. Alright, let's stop right here and we'll continue next time. So, I want to thank you all for watching episode 34 of Let's Platinum Danganronpa 1, 2, Reload. My name is Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.